Good day, folks. Every year when GoPro releases a new camera, I like to do a stabilization test. Last year we tested the Hero 7 against the Hero 8. This year's no different. We're going to be testing the Hero 8 against the Hero 9 to see how the stabilization performs. So let's just jump right in and take a closer look. Now, in last year's stabilization comparison, we compared the Hero 7 Black against the Hero 8 Black, basically Hypersmooth 1 against Hypersmooth 2.0. Now, the results going from Hypersmooth version 1 to version 2 were quite dramatic. It was so dramatic that, in fact, a couple people commented down in the comment section that it was fake and that GoPro paid me to make the video. Now, that's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, they don't know me, my integrity, or my channel. Now, this year, GoPro has introduced Hypersmooth 3.0, and I can say just from the tests that I have done that the differences are quite minimal. To my untrained eye, I could barely tell a difference in the stabilization. The big differences obviously is with the horizon leveling. Just general stabilization in everyday tests, I couldn't really notice a difference. Now, to somebody with a good eye, you might see some differences, and definitely please share your feedback down in the comments. I would love to hear them. So for the test, we have the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black mounted in the GoPro Triad. A lot of people ask me what this is every year when I use it. This can be purchased on Amazon, or it used to be able to be purchased on Amazon. If it's still available, I will link it down in the description of this video. Now, one thing I want to point out too during the filming of the video, because that usually gets brought up as well, is I slide the cameras down so the lenses are exactly even from the center. So basically, if you have an invisible line down the middle, you can actually adjust it so the cameras are about equal distance from the center, and that way there's no unfair advantage. In this video, I'm going to do some shaking tests. I've also got the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black mounted on my Traxxas X-Max. It's always a good way to test the stabilization. We're going to do some walking tests, and lastly, we're also going to do a dark low light stabilization comparison. So with all that out of the way, let's just get in and start the testing. Now for this first test, we're going to do a simple shake test. I have both cameras set to linear. We're filming in 4K 30. The only difference is I have horizon leveling enabled on the Hero 9 Black. So let's do it a little faster now. As you can see, both cameras, both the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black, did a good job at keeping that stable. That was some pretty extreme shaking. I couldn't really notice a difference myself, nothing that really stood out anyways. So now for the next shake test, I'm going to put both cameras in wide. Both will have boost enabled. And of course, because we're filming in a wide field of view, we won't be using horizon leveling. Okay, so now we'll go a little bit faster. Again, after viewing the shake test in a wide field of view, there wasn't really a lot of difference. I couldn't really notice anything anyways. So now at this point, I'm going to mount both cameras on the Traxxas X-Max, and we're going to put it through some tests. The first test, I'm just going to be driving slowly over some rough terrain. I'm going to be filming in a wide field of view, so horizon leveling is not going to be enabled. I'll be filming in 4K 30, and boost mode will be enabled for both cameras. So we have the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black mounted on the Traxxas X-Max. I'm just going to do some slow driving at first, going over some bumps in that, and we will check out the stabilization. For this first round, I've got boost enabled for both cameras, 4K 30 frames per second, and we're filming in a wide field of view. Okay, so now we're going to drive a little bit faster up here on top of the hill, And again, I'm in wide 4K 30. I've got boost enabled in both. And then we're going to do another quick test after where I enable horizon leveling on the Hero 9 Black. So in both of those tests with the wide field of view, you can see there wasn't a lot of difference. I think both did an equally great job at keeping things stable. You will notice on both the Hero 9 Black and the Hero 8 Black, when I was doing a sharp turn, the horizon was crooked. And that's due to the fact that horizon leveling wasn't enabled on the Hero 9 Black. So now in this next test, we're going to set both cameras to linear mode, and the Hero 9 Black is going to have horizon leveling enabled. We should notice a big difference in this test. Let's just run that now. As I suspected, the Hero 9 Black did a great job at keeping the horizon level when we enabled that mode. Moving along here now, we're just going to do a simple walking test with both the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black. Now, I'm not doing anything special here, I'm just walking along how I normally would. Of course, you can always get smoother footage if you do that crouch down ninja walk. So this is just a good representation of what to expect in a comparison of the Hero 8 against the Hero 9 when just walking in a normal fashion. Now, I would have to say after viewing that clip that both models performed equally when it came to stabilization. There was nothing that really stood out from one over the other. Of course, we still had that up and down movement, which is a common issue with stabilization, whether you're using a mechanical gimbal or electronic image stabilization. Again, if you really need some cinematic footage and you want to get rid of that, that usually can be corrected by the way you walk and the stance that you have. Now, for this last test, we're going to be doing a comparison while filming in low light and dark conditions. Now, don't expect anything good with this test. Electronic image stabilization does not work well in low light conditions. So as I suspected, that was just awful. Both cameras performed equally as bad. As mentioned, electronic image stabilization needs a lot of light to work properly. When filming with a GoPro at night or in low light situations, you really do need to still use a mechanical gimbal. So after taking a look at all those clips, I would have to say that the stabilization has just been slightly improved with version 3.0 over 2.0. Of course, the big change with Hypersmooth 3.0 is that horizon leveling. When you're in situations where the camera is going to be side to side, or you can't have the GoPro mounted perfectly level, it's going to make a world of difference in your footage. Now, the downside to it right now is that you can only film in a linear field of view, so your crop is going to be quite tight, and that doesn't work in every situation. Now, of course, that will change once GoPro releases that new mod, the Max View mod that will give you that wide angle view while still using horizon leveling. It's not available for purchase yet. Hopefully they don't slack too much, and we don't have to wait till next summer like we did with some of the mods for the Hero 8. Now, just before I go here, let's just take a closer look at that horizon leveling and how well it works. So yeah, as you could tell in those clips, there's not a lot of stabilization difference between the Hero 8 Black and the Hero 9 Black. They both have good stabilization. There's not a lot of difference between Hypersmooth 2.0 and Hypersmooth 3.0. The big difference is that horizon leveling. So I've got the rig here in front of me again. Both are set to linear, except the Hero 9 Black has horizon leveling enabled. So let's just record a quick clip and then I'll play it back for you. Can see there, however, once you get to about a 40 to 45 degree angle, it does snap back into place. So yeah, folks, that was my stabilization comparison of the Hero 8 Black versus the Hero 9 Black. Stay tuned as we do have plenty more Hero 9 Black videos coming shortly. Tomorrow we'll be uploading a video where we test out the low light capabilities of the Hero 9 Black, and we'll be comparing it to the Hero 8 Black. I want to thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.